Let us look at the factors on which ionization energy depends. So factors on which it depends. So you know ionization energy is the energy required to pull out an electron from an isolated neutral gaseous atom. So when we want to pull out an electron, it will depend upon the size of the atom, because if this is the nucleus and there are various shells here, if the electron is at the outermost shell, which is further away from the nucleus, it will be easy to take out that electron. If it is closer to the nucleus, it will be attracted more towards the nucleus. So difficult to take out from this shell, easy to take out from this shell, and that is why from top to bottom in the periodic table, because the number of shells go on increasing, ionization energy goes on decreasing. Whereas from left to right in the periodic table, the number of shells is the same, but nuclear charge goes on increasing. That is why more and more energy is required to take out an electron. So first is size of the atom, how it is depending on that. Second is screening effect. Now screening effect means that these shells which are before, supposing I want to take out this electron, before this electron there are different shells. Now these shells are acting as a barrier or screen. So they are not allowing this electron to be attracted to the nucleus. So more and more shells, more and more screening effect. Basically is the same thing, that the size of the atom is becoming bigger, and that bigger size also, because of the screening effect, reduces the attraction of the electron towards the nucleus. Next is penetrating effect. Now penetrating effect means that there is an electron cloud, you already know. Electron cloud of this shell is merging into the electron cloud of the other shell, because there are no distinct boundaries, like I've drawn a shell like this, but there are no shells like this. There are electron clouds. So one electron cloud merges into the other electron cloud, and so again pulling of the electron becomes difficult. It is very difficult to take out from S, then P, then D, and then F. So this is the order we follow, that the electron cannot be taken out very easily from the S orbital. Now let us look at the last one, which is electronic configuration. So when first we see all these things, then we also look at electronic configuration, which means that supposing I've written lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. So 1s2, 2s1, 1s2, 2s2, 1s2, 2s2, p1. Here also 1s2, 2s2 is there, then 2p2, 2p3, 2p4, 2p5 and 2p6. This part is constant in all of them, 1s2, 2s2 in all of them. So when we are pulling out electrons, we will also look at the electronic configuration. Now look at this electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2. S can have 2 electrons. So this is completely filled S orbital, and so very difficult to take out an electron from this. And so see what is the order moving from here, 520 to 899, and now it reduces again. Although it should keep on increasing from left to right in the periodic table. But here is a discrepancy, that is, first it is higher and then lower. So beryllium has a higher ionization energy because it contains completely filled S orbital. Then again the same trend follows, but see here again there is a change. That is, this is higher than this one, because again nitrogen has half-filled p orbital. So it is difficult to take out an electron from half-filled p orbital. So we check the electronic configuration as well, and then decide what happens to the electronic configuration. Now see, from here to here there is a large difference, because all inert gases have stable configuration. So very large amount of energy will be required to pull out an electron. Looking at this, we will only looking at the first ionization energy, meaning the first electron when it is lost, what happens. But now look at this one, lithium. If I lose, first electron lost will be this one, 2s1 will be lost, and your electronic configuration will become 1s2. But if I want to remove an electron from here, extremely large amount of energy will be required for the second ionization energy, because this has now become very, very stable. So first ionization energy is low because it wants to lose an electron, but second ionization energy for lithium is extremely high because it has now become stable. So there are successive ionization energies also. Successive means one after another. So one after another, meaning first time what will happen? First electron lost. Now if I am looking at the second electron lost, what will happen? Will the energy will always increase because you are reducing the size of the atom. But how much change will take place? Like if this is 520, first ionization energy 1, which was 520 in case of lithium, because it wants to lose one electron and become stable. Similarly for sodium also it will be the same, 281, it will like to lose one electron. But once it becomes stable at 28 or this becomes stable at 1s2, the second ionization energy will be extremely high because it doesn't want to lose electron, and so 1e2 IE2, that is the second ionization energy, will become very, very high. So all this is depending upon the electronic configuration as well. So successive ionization energy means what will happen when I am going to take out an electron one by one. That is from the same atom, I am trying to take out electrons one by one. So whichever atom on losing an electron becomes stable, it will not like to lose further electrons. So more energy will be required. In any case, from left to right in the periodic table, ionization energy goes on increasing because size is decreasing, nuclear charge is increasing. This is anyway going on. And size becomes smaller and smaller, more and more energy is required. So first ionization energy is less than second, is less than the third. So it all depends upon what is left behind when the electron has been lost. We use the definition, ionization energy is the energy required to pull out an electron from a neutral gaseous atom. Now neutral gaseous atom means, supposing my metal was M, when it lost one electron, it became M positive. Now the second ionization energy means I am taking out the electron from M positive. So now it is not a neutral gaseous atom. So in class 10 we had learned only till here. That is the first electron lost from a neutral gaseous atom. Further electrons are taken out from the ion. So minus electron, it will become M2 positive. Further electron lost will become M3 positive. So more and more energy will be required when the ion has been formed. So see here, the first ionization energy of lithium was 520, which was very low because I can remove an electron from here very easily. The moment that electron goes, second ionization energy means I am trying to take out electron from 1s2. So see, the difference between the two is very, very large. So I can say first ionization energy of lithium is low, but second one is very high. The difference between the two is very high. It had to be high definitely, but has become from 520 to 7000. Which means that this atom had become stable at this stage, and so no more electrons the atom wants to lose, so large amount of energy is required. Now see here, the first ionization energy in itself is high because this is already stable. On losing an electron, it will become 1s2, 2s1, and so more energy will be required to take out this one. If I am comparing these two, this has become higher than this, much higher than this, because of the stability of beryllium atom at its first stage. So second ionization energy has to be high. Now here, first ionization energy I am taking out from 2p1 has become low because the atom wants to lose electron to become stable at 2s2. The second has become very, very high because now stability has come after 1s2, 2s2. So your questions will be based on your knowledge of electronic configuration, whatever has been asked to you, put it in SPDF notation and understand that from the s orbital, large amount of energy will be required. Then less in P, then D and F. We cannot take out electron from s orbital very easily, especially when it is already stable. So first electron can be lost easily, but second will have so much larger amount of energy required because it will become stable at 1s2, 2s2. So while we are looking at ionization energy, different parameters we'll have to see. So you had only learned that left to right size decreases so the electron can go. But there can be discrepancy in between due to electronic configuration of various atoms. Like here it is a stable atom. P3 is also stable. Half filled is more stable. So from here also electron loss will be difficult. More energy will be required. As I move further, these are becoming non-metals, and in non-metals again electrons cannot be lost. They'll want to get more electrons to become stable. This is already 4, would require 4 into 6 electrons are already there in the second shell. This is atomic number 8 is 2 and 6. It wants 2 electrons here, doesn't want to lose any further electrons. This was 2 and 7, wants 1 more electron here. So as I'm moving from here to the right of the periodic table, more and more energy will be required to pull out an electron because the atom is actually reaching stability and it will like to gain an electron rather than lose an electron. So successive ionization energy means what is going to happen if one by one I keep removing electrons.